Good morning, children. Welcome back to online class. Last class we have studied about nutrition and health. Have you remember? Shall we recall the previous portion? Yes? Okay. How many types of nutrients? 5 types. What are they? They are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. What is the use of carbohydrates? Carbohydrates gives energy. Proteins essential for growth of our body. Fats provide energy. Vitamins physiological and biochemical functions. Minerals. Minerals are necessary for teeth and bones. Clear? Okay. Today we are going to learn about protein energy malnutrition. What is that? Protein energy malnutrition. So protein energy malnutrition means absence of certain nutrients in our diet. Clear? Absence of certain nutrients in our daily diet. This condition is referred as malnutrition. So malnutrition means some nutrients are not there in the diet. Clear? So deficiency of proteins and energy leads to severe conditions like kwashiorkor and marasmus. If protein and energy, that is carbohydrates, are less in diet, it leads to some deficiency, that is kwashiorkor and marasmus. Now we can see one by one. The first one is kwashiorkor. It mostly affects children between 1 to 5 years of age. That is, the diet contains only carbohydrates but lacking proteins. Clear? It mostly affects children between 1 to 5 years of age. The diet contains only carbohydrate but protein is absent. Second one, marasmus. It mostly affects the children below the age of 1 year. It mostly affects children below the age of 1 year. What is the reason? Because the diet is poor in carbohydrates, fats and proteins. The diet is poor in carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Food hygiene. Food is spoiled by microorganisms. However, due to poor hygiene, the microorganisms cause food spoilage. So, we should maintain the hygiene to prevent the food spoilage. What are the symptoms of food spoilage? Change in appearance, color, texture, odor and taste. Based on that, we can find out the food is spoiled. What are the factors responsible for food spoilage? There are 2 factors responsible for food spoilage. Internal factors, external factors. Internal factors, enzymatic conditions and moisture content of the food. External factors, adulterants in food, contaminated utensils and equipments, unhygienic cooking area. So these 2 factors are responsible for food spoilage. First one, what is that? Internal factors. Internal factors, what is that meaning? Enzymatic conditions, that is due to enzymatic activities and moisture content of the food. Second one, external factors, that is adulterants in food, contaminated utensils and equipment, unhygienic cooking area. Clear, children? Okay. Next one is food preservation. Okay. So how to preserve the food? Food preservation is the process of prevention of food from decay or spoilage by storing a condition fit for future use. The food is preserved to increase the shelf life of food, retain the color, texture, flavor and nutritive value, increase food supply, decrease wastage of food. What is food preservation? Food preservation is the process of preservation of food from decay or spoilage by storing in a condition fit for future use. Clear? So, what are the methods of food preservation? There are some methods are given. We can see one by one. The first one is drying. What is drying? Removal of water content in the food. There are three methods of drying. That is sun drying. Examples cereals and fish. Second one vacuum drying. Example milk powder. Third one carter drying. Example grapes, dry fruits. Second method smoking. In this method the food product like meat and fish are exposed to smoke. This method helps to preserve the food. Clear children? Third one irradiation. Food irradiation is the process of exposing food to optimal levels of ionization radiations like X-rays, gamma rays or UV rays. It will kill harmful bacteria and pests. So here what we have to do? We have to expose that food items under X-rays, gamma rays or UV rays. It will kill harmful bacteria as well as pests. Clear? Next one, cold storage. The perishable foods are stored in low temperature. Perishable food means decaying food such as vegetables, fruits, fruit products, milk. When we preserve the food products at low temperature, slows down the biological and chemical reactions and prevents the spoilage. Clear children? In cold storage, what are the food items we have to preserve? Perishable foods, that is vegetables, fruits and milk products. Clear? Next one, freezing. This process involves storing the food below 0 degree Celsius. Clear? Which degree Celsius you have to store the food items? Below 0 degree Celsius. Here the microorganisms cannot grow. Clear it? So next method, pasteurization. So pasteurization is a process of heat treatment of liquid food products. Example, for preservation of milk and beverages, this process also involves boiling of milk to a temperature of 63 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes and suddenly cooling to destroy the microbes present in the milk. So in this method, what we have to do? We have to preserve the food, that is milk products, milk and beverages. So what we have to do? We have to raise the temperature of 63 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. After that, suddenly cooling, we have to cool it. What happens? It will kill the microbes and prevent the milk spoilage. Clear it children? What is pasteurization? It's a process of heat treatment of liquid food products. Example, milk and beverages. The last one is canning. In this method, the foods such as vegetables, fruits, meat and dairy products are stored in clean, steamed, airtight containers under pressure. Here what happens? It will kill the microbes by temperature. Clear? So canning, what we have to do? We have to store it in clean, steamed, airtight container. Clear it, children? So what are the types of food preservation? They are drying, smoking, irradiation, cold storage, freezing, pasteurization and canning. What is drying? Removal of water content in the food. What is smoking? The food products are such as meat and fish are exposed to smoke. Irradiation under X-rays, gamma rays or UV rays, the food products are exposed and it will kill microbes. Clear, children? Cold storage means low temperature we have to store the food items. Freezing under 0 degrees Celsius. Pasteurization means it's a process of heat treatment of liquid food products. Example, milk and beverages. Last one, what is that? Canning. So here what we have to do? The food items such as vegetables, fruits, meat and dairy products are stored in airtight containers and sealed. Clear it, children? Have you got it? Okay. Shall we move to next one? Addition of preservatives. Food can be preserved by adding natural and synthetic preservatives. Natural preservatives. Some naturally available materials like salt, sugar and oil are used as food preservatives. Clear? So what are the things naturally available? Salt, sugar and oil. Addition of salt. It is one of the oldest method of preserving food. Addition of salt removes the moisture content of the food by the process of osmosis. Here, it will prevent the growth of bacteria and reduces the activity of microbial enzymes. Example, meat, fish, gooseberry and lemon. Clear, children? So, daily life our parents are doing in the home. Yes? So, they are adding the salt in the food and removing the moisture content to prevent the food spoilage. Second one, addition of sugar. Sugar is added as a preservative to increase the shelf life of fruits and fruit products like jam, jellies, etc. Here what happens? It will reduce the water content of food and minimize the oxidation in fruits. Clear? Reducing the water content of food and minimizing the oxidation in foods. Clear? The third one, addition of oil. Here, to preserve the pickle products, they are adding the oil. Here, microorganisms cannot grow and it never spoil the food. Clear it? So, if you are adding the oil for preparing pickles, what happens? The microorganisms cannot grow. Okay. Next step, synthetic preservatives. Synthetic preservatives means adding chemicals such as sodium benzoate, citric acid, vinegar, sodium metabisulfate, etc. In this method, they are adding these chemicals to preserve the food items. This one prevent the microbial growth and keep the food safe for long duration. Clear it, children? So, additional preservatives, what are there? Two methods, natural preservatives and synthetic preservatives. Natural preservatives, what are the things we are adding that? Salt, sugar, oil. Synthetic preservatives, what are the things?
sodium benzoate, citric acid, vinegar, sodium metabisulfate. Clear children? Have you got it? Okay.
Next one, food adulteration. Adulteration is defined as the addition or subtraction of any substance to or from the food so that the natural composition and the quality of food substance is affected. What is adulterations? A removal of or addition of any substance to or from the food. Clear it children? For example, if we are adding the water in the milk, what happens? The quality of milk is changed. Clear it? So, some of the common adulterated foods are milk and milk products, cereals, pulses, coffee powder, tea powder, turmeric powder. Clear? What is adulteration? Adulteration is defined as the addition or subtraction of any substance to or from the foods. So, what happens? The natural composition and the quality of food substance is affected. Okay. The adulterants in food can be classified into following categories: natural adulterants, incidental adulterants, intentionally added adulterants. So, the food adulterants are classified into following categories. They are natural adulterants, incidental adulterants, a third one is intentionally added adulterants. Now, we can see one by one. The first one is natural adulterants. Natural adulterants are those chemicals or organic compounds that are naturally present in food. For example, toxic substances in certain poisonous mushrooms. The mushrooms are available in environment. There itself the poisonous substance is present in mushroom. Second one, incidental adulterants. In this type, accidentally some chemicals are added in the food items, whether packaging place or food canning places. Example, pesticide residues or dropping of rodents, insects. Next, microbial contamination due to presence of pathogens like Escherichia coli. Third one is intentionally added adulterants. In this method, for financial gain, the people are adding some chemicals to the food items. It will spoil the health of consumers. Clear? For what purpose they are adding? For financial purpose, they are adding some chemicals. Clear it children? So, food adulteration, three methods are there. In three methods, they are adding the food items. What are they? Natural adulterants. It is naturally adulterated. Second one, incidental. Some accidentally it happens. Third one, intentionally added adulterants. So, with their knowledge, they are adding some chemicals for financial gain. Clear it? So, for financial gain, what are the things they are adding? The additives and preservatives like vinegar, citric acids, sodium bicarbonate. Next one, chemicals like calcium carbide to ripen bananas and mangoes, non-certified food colors containing chemicals like metallic lead are used to give colors. Then edible synthetic acts like carnauba waxes coated on fruits like apple, pear to give shining appearance. So, when we are taking this type of food items, what are the health effects occurs in our body? It leads to fever, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting and gastrointestinal disorders. When we are taking the adulterated food, It leads to some ill effects. They are fever, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, gastrointestinal disorders. Clear children? Have you got it? What is food adulteration? Adulteration is defined as the addition or subtraction of any substance to or from the food. Clear it? So next one, food quality control. How to find out the food is good or the food is bad. Okay. So for that a government arranged food quality control. Let us see the food quality control agencies and their standardized mark and role in food safety.
The first one ISI, Indian Standards Institution, known as Bureau of Indian Standard BIS. Here certifies industrial products like electrical appliances like switches, iron, cables, water heater, electric motor, kitchen appliances. Second one, ACMAR, agricultural marking, certifies agricultural and livestock products like cereals, essential oils, pulses, honey, butter, etc. Third one, FPO, Fruit Process Order. Here certifies the fruit products like juice, jams, songs, canned fruits and vegetables. Last one, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Certifies responsible for protecting and promoting the public health through regulation and supervision of food safety. While we are buying the things, we have to check it that certificates are there or not. The first one, ISI, Indian Standards Institution, mark is there or not. ISI is certifies industrial electrical appliances. ACMAS, responsible for agricultural products. FPO, fruit products. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, responsible for promoting and protecting public health products. Clear it, children? So what are the food control agencies? They standardize mark and role in food safety. First one, ISI, Indian Standards Institution. So what is the role of ISI? Certifies industrial products like electrical appliances. So electrical appliances, what are they? Switches, wiring cables, water heater, electric motor, kitchen appliances. Second one, ACMAR, agricultural marking. Here certifies agriculture related products such as cereals, essential oils, pulses, honey and butter. Third one, Fruit Process Order, FPO, certifies fruit products like juice, jams and canned fruits. Last one, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Here it is responsible for promoting and protecting public health. Clear it, children? So when we are buying the things, we should check it. Any symbol is present or not. So we can prevent the food spoilage. So this is important. Children, you should learn. Children, now we can see some do you know portion. Vitamin D is called as sunshine vitamin because human skin can synthesize vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, especially early morning when the sun rays falls on skin. It is dehydrocholesterol is converted into vitamin D. Hence, vitamin D is called as sunshine vitamin. Why vitamin D is called as sunshine vitamin? Human skin can synthesize Vitamin D. When exposed to sunlight, especially early morning, when the sun rays falls on the skin, dehydrocholesterol is converted into vitamin D. Clear it? Second one. Children, we should not keep the bananas in refrigerator because bananas are kept stored in room temperature. When it is kept in refrigerator, it will change the color yellow to dark brown color. Clear it? So, we should not keep bananas in refrigerator.
Third, October 16 is World Food Day. So, which is World Food Day? October 16.
Fourth, April 7, World Health Day. April 7, World Health Day. So, lesson over. You read it carefully and learn it. Now, take your book and mark the questions. Okay, children?
Now turn your book, page number 254. Page number 254. Roman letter 1, question number 1. Roman letter 1, question number 1. The nutrient required in trace amounts to accomplish various body functions is answer option C. Option C. Second one. The physician who discovered that scurvy can be cured by injection of citrus fruits is answer option A. Answer option A. Third one. The sprouting of onion and potatoes can be delayed by the process of answer option B. Option B. Fourth one. Food and Adulteration Act was enforced by Government of India in the year option B. Answer option B. Fifth one. An internal factor responsible for spoilage of food is answer option C. Option C. Clear? Next, Roman letter 2. Fill in the blanks. Roman letter 2. Fill in the blanks. First one. Deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking dash diet. Answer balanced diet. Balanced diet. Spelling BALANCED. Balanced diet. The process of affecting the natural composition and the quality of food substance is known as answer adulteration. Question number 2. The process of affecting the natural composition and the quality of food substance is known as adulteration. Spelling ADULTERATION. Third one. Vitamin D is called as dash. Vitamin D is called as dash. Sunshine vitamin. Answer sunshine. 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 Fourth one. Dehydration is based on the principle of removal of dash. Dehydration is based on the principle of removal of dash. Answer water. Spelling WATER. Fifth one. Food should not be purchased beyond the date of dash. Food should not be purchased beyond the date of dash. Answer expiry. 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 Sixth one. ACMARK is used to certify dash and dash products in India. ACMARK is used to certify agricultural and livestock products in India. Answer first blank agricultural. Spelling AGRICULTURAL. Second blank livestock. Answer livestock. Spelling Lavestock. Clear? Did you mark? Next one. Roman letter 3. State whether true or false. If false, correct the statement. Once again, Roman letter 3. State whether true or false. If false, correct the statement. The first one. Iron is required for the proper functioning of thyroid gland. Question. Iron is required for the proper functioning of thyroid gland. Answer. False. Answer. False. Your iron, strike out and write it iodine. Iron, strike out and write it iodine. iodine. Written? Okay. Second one. Vitamins are required in large quantities for normal functioning of the body. Question. Vitamins are required in large quantities for normal functioning of the body. Answer. False. Correct it. Large quantities. They are large, strike out and write it minute. Large, strike out and write it minute. minute. Question number 3. Vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin. Once again, vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin. Answer. True. Answer. True. Fourth one. Lack of adequate fats in diet may result in low body weight. Answer. True. Fifth one. ISI mark is mandatory to certify agricultural products. Once again, ISI mark is mandatory to certify agricultural products. Answer. False. Correct it. ISI strike out and write it AGMARK. ISI strike out and write it AGMARK. AGMARK. Finished? Okay. Roman letter 4. Roman letter 4. Match the following. Column A. First one, calcium. Answer. Osteoporosis. Option C. Osteoporosis. Second one, sodium. Answer. E. Muscular cramps. Muscular cramps. Third one, potassium. Answer. A. Muscular fatigue. Fourth one, iron. Answer. B. Anemia. Fifth one, iodine. Answer. D. Goiter. Once again, calcium, osteoporosis, sodium, muscular cramps, potassium, muscular fatigue, iron, anemia, iodine, goiter. Okay. Next, we can mark one detailed answer. Roman 10, question number 2. Roman 10, question number 2. Explain the role of food control agencies in India. Explain the role of food control agencies in India. Answer. Turn page number 253. Turn page number 253. The table column C. Food control agencies, the standardized mark and role in food safety. Food control agencies, their standardized mark and role in food safety. It starts from ISI mark and from there to last one, supervision of food safety. Supervision of food safety. Did you mark? Okay. So learn it. Thank you, children.